So let's just take a minute to do a little review on a two-step equation, like how to solve it. So let's look at this problem up here on the board. I have 3w plus 7 equals 19. So let's look at this a minute. We have an equal sign. So this expression, whatever's going on over here, when I am done doing this, when I do this order of operations, when I take 3 times some number and add 7 to it, it's going to equal 19. So inside this answer, inside this solution of 19 is the result of all of these operations. So what I can do is, to solve it, I can work backwards. I can unpack this 19 by going in the reverse order of operations. So right here I have multiplication and addition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with the addition first. I'm going to use the inverse operation. So if I'm adding 7 to this expression, the thing that I can do first to start to unpack this 19 is do the inverse operation, which is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. So I'm going to subtract 7 here, and then I'm going to subtract 7 from 19 because I'm trying to unpack that 19. I'm trying to work backwards to find out what that variable w is. So positive plus 7 minus 7 is 0, so it just cancels out. 19 minus 7 is 12. And then I'm simply going to bring down the 3 times w, or the 3w. That's step 1 in a two-step operation. So I notice my last operation is 3 times w, so when the coefficient, or the number, is touching the variable, that's multiplication. So the inverse operation is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And it's important, when we see this equal sign, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. That's how I keep it equal. If I'm working backwards to find this variable, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3, the coefficient in front of the variable. So whatever's in front of the variable, that's what you want to divide by. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. These 3's here simplify to 1, so I don't even have to put the 1. I'm just going to bring down the w. So I have w equals, and that fraction bar is just division, so 12 divided by 3 is 4. So my answer for this two-step equation is w equals 4. And that makes sense. If I want to substitute that 4 back in for w, I can. 3 times 4 is 12, and then 12 plus 7 equals 19. So that's just kind of a review of how to do a two-step equation. Start on the side with the variable. Deal with your addition or subtraction first by doing the inverse operation. If it's addition, do subtraction. If it's subtraction, do addition. And then for your final step down here, this is usually always multiplication. Do the inverse operation. Divide by whatever the coefficient is in front of the variable, and that will get you to your final answer.